Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in this video I'm just going to be going over the trades I took for the following week, and I'm also going to talk about something on later on the video. But before we get into that, let's get into the trades. So this week was a really bad week for me. I don't think any of my trades actually either hit take profit or they were in profit to a certain extent. So gold, the reason why I entered gold was because we had a bullish engulf that broke resistance followed by another bullish engulf, so I took that as an entry. And as you can see, gold pretty much was just range bound, but it did ended up hitting my TP. But by the time gold hit my TP or even got as high as like this area, I already closed my entire trades for the week. So I'm going to explain why I did that later on, but I believe I ended up with like $30 something in profit for gold. Also for gold, I didn't risk my usual 1%, mainly because gold has been running a lot in the past couple of weeks, so I wasn't sure when the pullback was going to happen. So I risked about 0.5% because I wasn't sure if I was going to get caught in that pullback. So the next trade I took was US30. I don't think I need to tell you guys what happened to the trade. We can clearly see what just happened, but I'm gonna go into the reason why I entered this trade in the first place. So over here we have a bullish engulf, and I took this as a bullish hammer, which could have been my mistake because it does look like a bullish hammer, but again there were other things that were kind of showing that this trade might not be like the best one. But again, I saw it as a bullish hammer, so I took it as an entry, and as you can see, price just pretty much tanked. Honestly, I thought we were gonna get like another pullback like we did last week, because if you look at here, price just barely hit my stop loss. So I was thinking the same thing was gonna happen last week again, where price came back close to hitting my stop loss and then rebounded, but unfortunately it didn't happen. Price pretty much just kept on tanking. I might honestly stop trading US30 as well, because every time I ended up trading US30, I always have to risk more than I'm comfortable with. Obviously, I try not to risk way too much where it's out of control, but every time I enter US30, I always have to risk about almost 2%, which is more than I'm usually comfortable with. And then when I do that, I also have to adjust other trades to make US30 fit into my overall drawdown. So I might stop trading US30, but again, I'm gonna see. But it's a high possibility of me not trading US30 anymore, because again, it's just way too volatile. It's way too heavy for the account I'm trading. So the next trade we had was NAS 100. Reason why I took this trade was because of the bullish engulf over here, followed by a bullish hammer that slightly broke resistance. I don't think I need to tell you guys what happened either. As you can see, price just pretty much tanked and hit my stop loss. But fortunately for me, I ended up closing this trade like I think around this area. The reason why I closed it was because at the time, the different trades I entered, a lot of them already got their stop loss hit, which most of the time usually doesn't happen. Yeah, if I enter a couple of trades, maybe 1 or 2 get their stop loss hit, but I believe like 4 different trades all got the stop loss hit, with US30 included. And remember how I was just talking about how US30 makes me rich much more than I'm comfortable with. So the fact that US30 trade hit a stop loss meant to me that I don't have as much like wiggle room and leverage as I would have hoped for. So instead of me just waiting to see if NAS 100 plays out, I decided to close at whatever I was at, because I didn't want to take the chance or possibility of this trade hitting a stop loss as well, because I felt like there was a higher possibility of this hitting a stop loss. And it looks like I was right. Trade ended up pretty much hitting my stop loss, and then pretty much just catapulting almost to where my take profit is. But again, it's funny because this is kind of like the opposite of what happened last week. Last week I held doing drawdown to the point where my stop loss almost got hit, but then they all went into profit, or they all got close to take profit. And then this week, my trades just went down and it was just hitting my stop loss, and I just closed them in a loss as well. I just think that's kind of funny. So the next trade was German 30. So right here we have a bullish shooting star followed by a bullish engulf, so I took that as an entry. I also had an entry for my two different strategies for this one, so I ended up taking both of them. And as you can pretty much see, I pretty much tanked and went after my stop loss, and trade ended up in a loss. So I believe as of right now I was down about 4%, almost 4%, because US 30 was, I risked almost 2%, and I took two entries for German 30, and both were about 1% each. So that's about almost 4% in drawdown. I'm already in. Supposed to hit the stop loss while NAS 100 didn't. I don't know if you guys can see where I was going with that, but I have like I think a 5% max or 6% max drawdown rule. So once those two hit, I was in my head like, okay, let me just close the trade. Yes, I could wait and see if this trade's gonna hit TP, but I'm not as confident. So let me just close the trade and just slowly build my way back up. And I ended up being right for the NAS 100 one, but I felt like I should have held the gold one a little bit longer, because gold had a different vibe to it than these indices, and it looks like I was right too, because gold ended up hitting my TP and I would have been up 100, but instead I was up like 30 something. But again, you can't pick and choose. Forex market is unpredictable, so everything's not always going to be a winner. So I might be taking another break from Forex. I'm not exactly sure. I will see how next week is like. If next week I don't get an entry, I'm most likely gonna take a break, and I would probably trade to January of next year. Reason being is if I don't get an entry next week, the following week after that is election week, and I don't want to get caught in anything that happens during that entire week. And then after that we have high impact news. I forgot what it was. I think it was either jolts or inflation, something like that. And then the week after that it's the interest rate decision, I believe. And then following week after that, I believe, is like Thanksgiving, which is a holiday. And when there's a holiday, there's low liquidity because institutional investors and traders are off. And then my thing is that once Thanksgiving hit, pretty much the fourth quarter is almost over. People are gonna start taking more days off, and then before you know it, Christmas is right around the corner. So I usually do this every year as well. Like usually at this time during every year, I always like took a break from Forex and stopped trading. One, because I think the market has low liquidity, so you have less of big money in the markets, which means if you're a swing trader, you need those consistent big buyers to move the market. If not, the market just swings sideways and sideways, and then you could get taken out. At least that's what I believe. I could be honestly wrong, but that's what I believe. And also, I do think it's a good thing to take a break from trading every now and then. Trading shouldn't be your entire life. Trading shouldn't be everything you focus on. You should have a life outside of trading as well. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Leave a like if you like what you saw. Subscribe if you're new here and you want to be a part of the journey. Leave a comment down below on any thoughts, questions, concerns, inputs, discussions you want to have. And I will see you guys next time.